images are pretty amazing from the hailstones we've seen. Let's just show a few of these real quick. Let's go back to Wexo 5. Okay, this is Hanceville. And I probably have 1,000 pictures of large hail that look just like that. This is not some knucklehead.
Oh man! Oh, I thought that said 5, and I was like, what?
That's 2-inch diameter hail. In some cases, I had one report that they believe it was baseball.
Yeah.
It's like absolutely insane.
And a lot of people in Coleman and Good Hope have been dealing with this. Wow. Golf ball sized hail that looks like golf balls. I mean, that's actual hail coming from Coleman County earlier this evening. Another shot from Coleman County. This is very, very common. This is also from Coleman County. Look at that autographed baseball. Charles, is that your signature on that?
That's baseball for sure. Jesus Christ.
We got word that there's some damage and they're trying to get out of the shelter.
Well, it won't be hard to find pictures for the post.
Trying to get out of the shelter and establish the shot, but there's some damage there. I don't know if they're having trouble that they can't get out of the shelter, but that's what they're working on, James. So I know we're working on getting Stephen and our photographer, Chris McCully, I think, is going to out and to get some report. I don't know if we can just get him on the phone, that'd be great too. We just have to relay what's going on there. Let me relay a report from Coleman. My parents live by the Walmart in Coleman. Windows are broken in their house. My parents were horrified to heard a train.
Got an MD for Atlanta.
Yay!
Worst storm they've ever experienced.
95% chance we'll watch.
They had a lot of damage. I mean, a lot of hail damage to roofs and vehicles.
Well into the overnight hours.
Yay!
Oh yeah, I knew this was gonna be a long one.
Oh yeah.
And I'm afraid we're going to see a lot of this. This is just not a good situation.
Holy fuck.
We're here for a tornado warning.
God, some of the damage pictures. It looks like somebody broke in the door. There's so much glass. That is crazy.
And we have one circulation that is coming off the city near Boaz, coming down toward Sardis City and Whitesboro and Duck Springs. And that's the reason we're here. We're not here to show hail pictures.
Like
We're taking this opportunity
it popped
to
like
let
a
you know
mofo
what's
at like
going
freaking.
on. And there's storms form this evening.
Time don't matter. We'll be here if Atlanta decides to have their worst storm in a decade at fucking 9. What time is it? Oh, it's not even 8? Oh my god.
I know, right?
In some cases you have large hail. In some cases you have circulations. In some cases you've got both. And if you're any
Alright, I gotta kill you, James Spann.
No.
Alright. Here we go. Let's try this again.
You can do it, computer. Maybe.
Whoops, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Oh, okay, they can hear me. All right. All right. Okay, guys. Somebody can send out a push notification or something a little bit here. But I am live at my desk. And we should be good to go here for live streaming. I think things will not freeze up on this. This computer is pretty reliable on here. So this is what I use for mapping and for everything. So I think we should be good to go. Big story. We have a lot of hail going on. A lot of hail going on. I've seen some pictures coming in from a live stream here that we had.
Oh my god.
Yeah, big time hail. Frank just reacting to it.
Look at this windshield.
I can't turn around too much to look. But big story right now. We have a new mesoscale discussion. So we're now talking about the potential for. We have a 95% chance of a tornado watch being issued in Georgia, and that includes Atlanta. We're talking about the supercells that are moving through. Isolated tornadoes, large hail damaging winds, well into the overnight hours. So I think we're now getting to the warm front just in advance of this low. So that's going to put that destabilization further into Georgia, which then puts the Atlanta metro at risk. So we may be here pretty late into the night, guys. So we're gonna be doing this. A new watch will be issued in the next probably 25 minutes or so, as we're watching this stuff move on into the Georgia area. So our focus may move away from Alabama and into Georgia fairly soon. All right, I'm going to bring up the Birmingham radar here. We finally have a hail marker on this storm that is to the west of Birmingham. We'll see if this can actually, all right, it seems like it's strengthening right now. Hang on, I'm going to put this down to 2 panels for you guys so you guys can see it a little easier. This is the storm that we are talking about. It is currently moving to the north and east. We'll see if it can strengthen a little bit and then make a nice turn right to move through the north sides of the Birmingham area. We'll see how that pans out. The other storm to the west has since died, but there is more stuff off to the west. We have storms firing here over by Carbon Hill and Eldridge. These storms have kind of been continuing and training, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see more stuff firing down the line, and potentially Birmingham could see more storms as we get a little further into the evening here. Right now, storm over by Asheville. Oh man, should this be tornado warned? Whoops. Possible tornadic supercell forming here just off to the north and west of Asheville over by Highland Lake. But biggest story is probably the hail that's forming with this as it's getting closer to Gadsden and Atala and everything. This is the storm over here that had dropped the very large hail in Coleman, has since moved through and is now continuing to move, and it looks like it's weakening as this storm to the south is starting to take control over the 2 storms that are here. We had over by Boaz and Albertville, we had this supercell is finally starting to weaken. I think this storm to the south here that I'm highlighting with my mouse, I believe this one is going to be the one that really takes over, and is going to continue moving to the east and the southeast, and that's why we're probably going to issue a watch here in Atlanta for the Atlanta area, tornado watch, probably in the coming 20-30 minutes or so. All right, let's see, is this storm, well, who knows if the storm will actually do anything here over by Birmingham. It doesn't look super great. Looks like it's taking its sweet time to strengthen. Might not be able to break this cap. It's still raining in Coleman. Probably get another little round of hail here right now. Nothing like you guys saw a little while ago. And I think I'm assuming if I go on Twitter and I just search Coleman hail, I'll find a ton of pictures. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys some pictures. If you haven't had a chance to look at yourselves yet, if you're not in the, if you're from the Birmingham area, you probably have been watching live stream of that. I know I saw James Spann just recently while I was getting this all set up, showing a ton of crazy pictures. So, okay, here we go. I'm gonna bring it over to my screen. This I just searched on Twitter really fast. This is what we're looking at here. Okay, hang on, let me see what's going on. Who popped bubble in Tennessee today? Okay, so this is what we're talking about here for the Coleman storm. Right off the bat, here we go, East Coleman. Look at that. That is bigger than the baseball. And hail Derby Creek subdivision. We have this poor back of this car completely destroyed. This is on I-65. Probably a video here. Let's see if I can bring this video up. Yeah, wow. A lot of, you can see the huge splashes in the background. That's the big time hail, and there's a whole range of tons of hail on this one. Okay, we had and then there's a little hail, more huge hail here compared to just south of downtown Coleman when we were talking about that. If you're able to actually hear me on this stream, I was saying places south, the southwestern portions of Coleman, we're getting upwards baseball size hail, possibly even larger. I think a report of 4-inch hail came in south of Coleman. So approximately 10 minutes of hail, very large hail. Again, this is literally just going on Twitter and searching Coleman hail. So there is tons and tons of hail, high volumes of hail, of very large hail. Ugh, those fingernails. Really big hail. Man, God, these are huge, huge hailstones. That's been the theme for the past couple of days. This whole system as a whole has been producing very giant hail. Look at this. This is incredible. Look at that kind of coverage, and you can see the individual hailstones from this like wide range picture here of up to baseball size hail. There we go. I had to pin that storm, and I just pinned the comment. Somebody made a comment with the link to the map, so you can get this map. Or hang on, what direction do I got to point to get this map over here? The for this storm, because this was, yeah, man, look at the car damage like crazy. So that's what we're looking at for this storm. So now we're gonna go back to the storm coverage. Let me just move Twitter out of the way. I'm gonna close that out, and we're gonna see what's happening here. Looks like this storm by Asheville is strengthening, and we have another storm trying to fire down south of it. I still need to be able to see what I'm doing. All right, another storm just south of Asheville firing up. I think this is going to take over for everything going on here. I would not be surprised though if the Gadsden, Altala area, or Altala, correct me guys from Alabama, how to pronounce the name of that town. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys saw some $1.50 size hail. I think the really big hail is going away on this one. I need to mute my Facebook. Hang on, guys. Can I do that? Can I just mute this tab? I don't know either. Oh, there we go. There we go. I muted the tab there. Okay. Anyway, guys, so just trying to make it simple enough so you guys don't think you're getting Facebook messages when it's just mine. So we have here in the Gadsden area, this storm is weakening. So I don't think you're going to see the crazy hail that Coleman had, even knowing this is the same storm. It produced 2-inch hail, probably even bigger than 2-inch hail, or by Bluntsville. The storm that was to the north and west of Birmingham looks like it's not going to do much. But we're still watching these storms developing off to the west and see what happens with these. If this just becomes a line of storms, if it's more supercells, we're gonna just have to watch this carefully. I wouldn't completely write up. Well, we got another little shower trying to form to the west of Birmingham. So I'm not writing Birmingham off yet, but I'm willing to bet if you're in the Birmingham area and you work Birmingham, I'd probably make the trip up I-65 to Coleman for that storm that happened. So yeah, so now it's turning into kind of a waiting game for the Atlanta area as these storms all traverse off to the south and east. Will they be able to maintain their supercell structure to keep that hail threat going, or is it going to turn into a line of storms? I can't really say right now. Based on what we've been seeing, I think it'll keep maintaining at least one storm with supercell structure, and that'll move into the very broad area that is the Atlanta metro. So that'll be the next couple hours. Right now, not so much going on in that. I'm going to jump up to the Huntsville radar site. And is that storm still doing anything, or has it since kind of died? Okay, yeah, it has since died. It's not going to quite make it to Chattanooga. Tennessee missed out today. The storms that happened in Huntsville earlier today, that kind of shunted the moisture from getting really north of about the border. So I was kind of keeping my chances a little bit lower in Nashville today to begin with. I was a little nervous that we weren't going to get the moisture far enough north. And lo and behold, it didn't quite happen. It got real close, but unfortunately the cold front with lots of showers moved through before it could really destabilize the atmosphere. So the moisture made it, the destabilization not so much, and that's why Nashville missed out, and most of Tennessee got completely left out today. Otherwise, yeah, we're basically just watching this section of storms as it gets closer to the Atlanta area. If anybody has any other questions, I can answer them. I know it was a little hectic the past couple of 2 streams now where our computer for over at the green screen in the room right next door, just for some reason the computer just could not handle it today. So we had to work quickly to get things back up and going. Where was that hail damage just getting here? The big hail damage, Coleman, Alabama, is probably the place to go. Taking a sip here.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it won't be too hard to find work there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of totaled out cars, a lot of totaled out roofs from this one. Let us know when this gets close to DFW. Thanks. Probably you gotta wait at least till the end, till probably this weekend before the next chance happens. Okay. Anything else? I hope your desk is tidy. Yes, it is. And any other comments? No more questions. Okay. What's going on with the Birmingham stuff? Okay, so over in Birmingham, let me just shift over to the Birmingham radar. Birmingham itself, this storm, we were watching to see if it was going to become anything of note, and it looks like it is not. Looks like it's kind of fallen apart, or if it does get its act together, it might do it a little too late. Elsewhere, again, there's a couple other showers trying to get their acts together here, north of Tuscaloosa and over here at like Oakman. Gotta see if any of these showers can form into any sort of supercells. If they can, then obviously Birmingham is in its way, so we'll see if that happens. Right now, it's not looking anything imminent anyway. We're keeping an eye on it, but right now I don't think anything imminent's happening. We have this basically the boundary layer here firing storms. We can see if maybe any of these can go severe, and this will move through Birmingham in the next couple of hours. So I haven't completely written them off yet, but their chances seem to be going down a little bit. The best hail was just to their north in Coleman. My guess is for what I thought the biggest hail was going to be today. It was going to be pretty much somewhere between the border and Birmingham, and I guess Coleman is pretty close to exactly in the middle. So split the difference on that one. Storm crossing I-59 now, just north of Asheville. This one's probably dropping some decent hail. We now have this storm this was the storm that moved through Coleman with a very large hail. It is now moving into the Gadsden, Atala area, or Atala, or whichever it is. This is moving in now, and it looks like we have a nice little hail core here right off of what is this? Highway 278, Route 278. As this storm might be falling apart a little bit, but it has quite a bit. Yeah, it definitely has a pretty solid little hail core here. Wouldn't be surprised if upwards of ping pong ball size hail in it at the moment. Let's see if I can bring a 3D image up of it. Yeah. Is it falling apart? Or yeah, it looks like it's starting to kind of collapse, so we might get this hail fallout of all the hail that was suspended in the storm in Atala, whichever it's called. Next coming few minutes here, next 5 to 10 minutes, and they'll be moving through. South side, Rainbow City, look out. You have a storm here that is wrapping up pretty nicely, and I think this will become the new dominant storm as this whole system continues to push further to the south and to the east towards the Atlanta area. Let's see how much more development is there going on. It seems to, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's going to be much to kill what's going on here. I'm going to bring up, let's see, any other reports coming in. More golf balls. So we had a reported golf ball size hail in Clarence, and wind damage. A few trees are blown down. So some wind and hail with this storm as it continues to move to the south and east. I do not see any tornado threat with either of these storms as it continues to move. What are the chances of Atlanta getting hit? I'm still maintaining that 20%. The biggest question is just going to be, can these storms maintain strength or keep what? Okay, or that they just keep redeveloping as they move closer and closer to Atlanta. There is a warm front draped pretty close to this area here, and if one of these storms can latch onto that warm front, it could probably really take off, and it'll just do a little movement into the metro. It'll really come down to just what are they going to do in this next hour or so as they get to the Georgia border, and I'm not certain what's going to happen with that until we get closer there. Okay, what else do we have going on in the area right now? I think I'm going to move this radar over to the Atlanta radar so I can see. We're in an area of the country where there's quite a bit of radar coverage, so I can kind of look at stuff at different angles to just try to see the hail core and everything. What software are you using? I'm using GR Analyst, GR Earth. They're both Gibson Ridge products, what they use for looking at radar data. We get our data feeds from a website called Allison House, and I'm using the program Open Broadcaster to stream this stuff to you guys. Okay, this is still very far away from the Atlanta radar, so I'm probably not going to use this for a little while, but it's just nice to have it open. Okay, we got hail falling right now in Atala. Man, I just keep changing what I'm pronouncing this with. But probably quarter, $50 size hail. I think the biggest hail has since fallen out of the storm. But again, I also wouldn't be surprised if we got a ping pong or stray golf ball report out of this. But right now I'm thinking quarter, $50 size hail on the north sides of the town of Atala as we're moving closer to Gadsden. And these storms continue to move to the south and to the east. And it looks like these storms here are taking over, for this storm being the strongest. So hopefully this one can take off, and this one will be the rooted storm to continue down towards the Atlanta area over the next couple of hours. Storm over by north of Birmingham does not seem to want to get its act together here as we're crossing over the 8 p.m. Central Time hour. A little shower to the north and east of Tuscaloosa seems to be trying to strengthen a little bit. Let's look at this one in 3D. A little shower here. Hang on, I can't really see it too well with the way my color table settings are. Yeah, so this storm looks like it's strengthening a little bit. So again, I can't rule out Birmingham yet, as we have these showers still trying to fire up, and you can't discount the chances of any of these going to town. All right. Yeah, so storm, I mean, hey, this thing still has a little oomph to it. So it's moving towards Gadsden. Do we have any other reports coming in? Oh, we got a quarter report coming in. Yeah, that makes sense. Quarter size hail near Egypt. So again, quarter, $50 size hail I expected in that little cluster of a hail swath as it was moving through. And otherwise, the main severe weather is just all this cluster of storms here, just north of Birmingham. And we got a tornado watch now issued for the Atlanta area. They're thinking hail up to 2 inches in diameter, and their percentage change is 30-30. So it looks like they're thinking that hail is possible, but not super likely. Then again, I am just kind of waiting and watching before I say yes or no to certain things here, because we've had history of these storms just firing up as this cluster is moving to the south and east. So it's very possible that a storm or two could get going here. All right. Storm continues to move through, probably some quarters now on the northern sides of Gadsden and Reese City. And you think, all right, Taylor asks, you think Rome, Georgia will see some hail? That's a good question. I need to figure out where Rome, Georgia is. Rome, Georgia. Looks like you guys, the hail might be going to your south. These storms are heading, so I see Rome's here, and these storms are heading about this way here. So it might go just to the south of Rome. But places like Carrollton, you can see some storms, Cedartown, Rockmart, everything along this highway here. It was I-20, I want to say. I gotta look again. Yeah, everything along I-20. Those storms, it's all possible to see some hail as we get closer. We've got tornado warning now for this storm as it's heading towards just to the west of Rome. Again, I think this is going to go south of Rome. The general direction these storms are avoiding Rome, it looks like. All right. We got a wind report here from this stuff. A few trees are blowing down near Trafford. So even though this storm is not severe warned, it looks like it's a gusty little storm as it continues moving to the south and east. Or sorry, north and east. And yeah, I don't think there's going to be much in the way of hail in any of this. I don't think this is going to strengthen that much. But I'm kind of liking how this looks for the moment. We'll see if this can actually strengthen, get a little bit bigger, maybe get its echo tops a little higher, and strengthen a little bit more. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else? Storm by Gadsden looks all right. I'm going to, on the other screen that you guys can't see, I'm going to look on Twitter real fast, see if any reports are coming in. Man, that's crazy. Okay. All right. Just looking on Twitter real quick. We have hail in Gadsden. So, all right. Good job there, guys.
Sweet.
Let me know what's happening. But I'm not sure. I think the hail sizes are coming down pretty quick here in Gadsden. I would be. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be super surprised. I don't get super surprised by the hail size, some of the hail reports that come in anymore. But I would be fairly surprised if anything over about $50 size came in Gadsden right now.
Got a post from Jeff Petrowski.
What do you say?
He says major hail damage on the south side of Coleman. Hail size 3 to 4 inches in diameter, millions of dollars in damage, because that's how Jeff Petrowski talks.
Yeah.
Chevy car lot, almost every vehicle windshield busted and heavy body damage. So for you PDR guys.
Yeah, PDR guys, sounds like a Chevy car lot in Coleman got hit. So, you know, give us a call. We can get you to that spot. If you have any other questions, if you want to talk to us about our products here at Hail Trays, give us a call at 855-334-4245. Go on our website. We have a chat feature on there that you can just message us and we can respond to you and answer any needs, concerns that you may have. And we also, you can email us at info@hailtrays.com for any questions you have about our products beyond just weather coverage here. Man, look at that. It's still trying to be a supercell as it's moving through. You see the little arc in here, guys? Storm really, really, really wants to maintain its supercell status, and I think it's trying to eat this little one. So we're going to just kind of wait and see how it's going to happen. What's going to happen in Piedmont, Alabama, next 20 minutes here is might be a good indicator of how things are going to play out for the Atlanta area in a little while. I'm really not sure how things are going to pan out here. It seems like storm modes are getting a little messy, but they've been messy all day. So it's hard to really determine what's going to occur. This storm to the west of Birmingham continues to be developing, looking a little bit better. It's kind of tilting up a little bit. Might try to, both of these are trying to form a little bit better. So maybe I know there's still some good forcing, some good instability here. Maybe one of these storms goes up and actually hits Birmingham with some kind of severe hail. That would be, I'm sure a lot of you guys would like that. Send some likes if you'd love to hear that.
I want that 5-star. Let me get it.
Okay, Gadsden is over 100K population. That is correct. That's why we were trying to keep an eye on that. It looks like, the hail mostly fell out in this region and here. And here, if you can follow the little red square I got on my screen. Yeah, just those couple frames. I think that's where most of the big hail may have occurred. Keep periodically checking on my Twitter feed that I have off camera on my other computer screen. That I'm looking. That's on the same computer screen as my camera, so I'm looking like right at you guys. But I'm not seeing anything right now. See anything coming in yet? Still nothing. Storms are ongoing. It's kind of hard sometimes to get any hail pictures right away since storms are. Crap! I didn't want to do that. Since storms are ongoing, people aren't as inclined to just go outside and look right away. But looks like I haven't seen any pictures from that yet. So I think the hail is going to be fairly small in the Gadsden area. Somebody just said golf ball size hail.
Where?
Yeah, just said golf ball. So the tweet was golf ball size hail. Couldn't tell you where it was. If you guys are tweeting it, if you guys have Twitter and you're tweeting out like hail sizes and everything, if you could at least give your location, that would be fantastic. It really helps others. Oh, we got a tornado warning now for this storm south of Gadsden. And not for any hail though, just a tornado threat. Hoping that these things can stay supercellular. If they stay supercells and don't turn into a line, we can really see the chance of possibly the hail making it to the Atlanta area. Let's see, Blame John. No more baseballs, please. I know, Art. I know there was the chance for big time hail was very real. If there was one thing I knew that was for sure going to happen today, that there was going to be at least baseball size hail somewhere in northern Alabama. It was just a matter of where it was going to fall exactly. All right, so we have, yeah, it looks like this storm that's by Wellington now, the one that just recently got tornado warned here, it looks like it is strengthening a little bit. So we're going to have to watch this carefully. I think the fight between the storm to the north, I think this storm to the north is starting to lose the fight, and now the storm to the south might begin to take over. And if that's the case, we could see some big hail as the storm has a lot of instability to work with here. And it looks like further to the west here in Birmingham, I'm about to write off Birmingham's chances for hail tonight, guys. It looks like these storms are not going to get the job done. This must be too much of a cap, too much inhibition for these storms to get going. So I think I might be getting to write this off. Where is this? Coates Bend, Alabama, huh? That's a garbage video. Okay. That is not a proper post. Sorry, I'm just checking through Twitter really fast to see any sort of hail if any hail pictures are coming in. Huge hail in Coleman. A lot of big pictures. Most of the pictures of hail that I'm seeing were from Coleman because that storm was very impressive. One of the better looking hailstorms I've seen. Definitely probably the best looking hailstorm, especially in terms of the volume of very large hail we've probably seen so far this year across the country. Okay. We have hail in Gadsden. And that's the most recent tweet we've had about that. So, yeah, so again, we're just watching these storms as they're occurring. Wow, boy, that's quite the, boy, I hope there isn't a tornado in there. That would not, no bueno. We don't want tornadoes here, guys. We only want hail. Tornadoes are a little destructive. Storm has since moved out of Gadsden. I don't think, and we haven't seen any sort of reports coming in. Again, probably $250 size hail unless I'm notified otherwise. And chances are, if we are, unless I see like a video or something of really big hail, I think generally, if there is a ping pong ball or report or something that comes in, I bet that'll be fairly isolated based on how the storm was just kind of decaying over the city. I think most of the hail fallout happened before it got to the population center there. Get that drink going. How long did Coleman last? It was about 10 minutes. We're about Springville. Where was Springville? I don't know where Springville is. Springville, Alabama. I do not have an answer for you on that one. What about Dallas-Fort Worth? Dallas-Fort Worth, you're not seeing any, nothing going on here today. Just windy and in the around 60 degrees. But, okay, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, we're just kind of continuing watching this. I may kill the stream for a little while and come back later when things possibly.
Out.
Yeah, I know the watches already. I
Um,
looked at. Yeah. And we're just kind of, yeah, so we're just going to see how this all plays out. And we have a little ways to go before we get to the Atlanta area. How does this look from Atlanta? Oh man, we're still far away. So if it looks like we have an overall weakening trend, then obviously the hail threat will go down significantly for Atlanta. Overall, I still think the size potential is not going to be anywhere near what we were seeing in Coleman. I doubt we'll see anything over 2 inches if we do get good hail. If not, then it'll be a wind threat, and you can probably see some decent wind gusts in the Atlanta area from this storm, and at the very least some good rain. So, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. About Chant, the green marker over Greenville or Springville. Okay, this storm over Springville right now. This had probably had a little bit up to nickel size hail. Otherwise, just a thunder shower with some wind gusts in there. Nothing severe as of the moment. And you might get another shower. I think this storm might train over that Springville later as well. Chattanooga, Tennessee, I think you are done in terms of your chances. I'll bring up the radar for that here. Chances for hail are pretty low on this. This looks like it's now a line of storms, so you're probably not going to see much more than P to half-inch size hail with that as it moves into Chattanooga in the next 15 to 30 minutes. So again, the main focus is just watching this storm specifically. Can it keep a supercell structure and get some bigger updrafts here? If it can, then we can actually see some bigger hail as it moves into this region in here where my mouse is circling. And if not, then we may be starting to wind down the hail threat for the day. I know we're definitely winding down compared to what we were earlier this morning. You guys can go click on that link if you're interested in our map that we've had here in Alabama this evening. It'll bring you directly to that 4-star map that we made for Coleman and all the other areas that were affected with large hail this evening across the Alabama area. You'll have the house counts for this storm, for this map, a little bit later. We're still actively mapping. We're kind of catching up with stuff. So it takes a little while for us to get all the details in there. But you can see the map and the general sizes and everything. We had up to 4-inch hail in the blue swath as it moved through Coleman. So go check that out, guys. Otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap this up for now. I will come back live if it looks like the Atlanta area is going to get some big storms. And if not, if I don't come back live tonight, then that means the Atlanta area probably is not going to see much in the way of large hail. So with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys later. And if I don't see you later tonight, I'll see you tomorrow on our hail forecast for tomorrow, which likely will be more of just a hail recap from today. So I'll talk to you guys later. I'll hopefully see you for some coverage in Atlanta. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow.